Anybody want to sit here with me? Wow. Come, come. We move the glass away. Come and see. You want another? Now you can come and stand around. Come. Okay, shall we begin?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read this book, and it's a Balinese folk tale, and it's called Go to Sleep, Gecko. Is the gecko here? Not looking for the gecko. He's up on the ceiling somewhere.
Over there.
Oh no, he's only in the book. Yes?
It is raining.
It's raining. Oh dear, I better tell the gecko. Okay, let's start. Go to sleep, gecko.
Go to sleep, gecko.
One night, Elephant was awakened. He heard a loud noise right under his window. Gecko, gecko, gecko. So the elephant said, Gecko, what are you doing here? It's the middle of the night. Go home and go to bed.
I can't sleep.
You can't sleep.
I want to get cool.
So the fireflies are flitting all around my house. They are blinking their lights on and off, on and off. You've got to make them stop. You're the village boss. Do something about it, says the gecko. Okay, can you sit down? Because if you're so close, the people behind cannot see. Sit down, sit down. The ones in front, sit down. Okay. So I'll talk to the fireflies in the morning, said Elephant. Now go home and go to bed. So the gecko dragged himself grumpily home. Gecko, gecko, gecko. The next morning, the elephant called the fireflies. Is it true that you have been flashing your lights on and off, all night long? Have you been keeping Gecko awake? Oh, yes, said the fireflies. We have to blink our lights on and off all night. Buffalo leaves his poop all over the road. Without our lights, someone would step in the mess. Why, that's very thoughtful of you, said Elephant. Just keep on doing what you've been doing. You can go home now. So the fireflies went home. That night, at midnight, Elephant was awakened again. Gecko, gecko, gecko. The elephant leaned out of his window. Gecko, go home and go to bed. But I can't sleep. The fireflies are still blinking their lights on and off, on and off. You said you'd make them stop. Gecko, the fireflies need to blink their lights. Buffalo leaves poop in the road. Without their lights, someone might step in it. Then talk to Buffalo. You're the village boss. Do something about it. So in the morning, Elephant called the buffalo. Buffalo, is it true you have been dropping poop all over the road? Oh, yes, said Buffalo. Rain washes holes in the road every afternoon. I just fill them up the best way I know. If I didn't do that, someone could stumble in the holes and get hurt. That's very thoughtful of you, Buffalo. Just keep on doing what you have been doing. You can go home now. So the buffalo went home. That night at midnight, Elephant was awakened again. What did he hear? Gecko, gecko, gecko. So the elephant leaned out of his window. He said, Gecko, will you please go home and go to bed? I can't sleep. The fireflies are still blinking their lights on and off, on and off. You said you'd do something about it. Now, Gecko, let me explain. Buffalo fills up the holes that rain washes out. The firefly light the road so no one steps in Buffalo's mess. You'll just have to put up with the fireflies. Talk to the rain. You are the village boss. Do something about it. The rain's out there right now. So in the morning, Elephant called rain, and the rain came. Is it true you wash holes in the road every afternoon? And the rain says, oh yes, I rain hard every afternoon to make puddles for the mosquitoes. If the puddles dried up, the mosquitoes would die. If the mosquitoes died, there would be nothing for Gecko to eat. So I rain very hard every day. I see, said Elephant. Rain, you may go home. So that night at midnight, Elephant was awakened. Gecko! 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 He leaned out of his window. Gecko! Go home and go to bed. I still can't sleep. The fireflies are blinking their lights on and off, on and off. You said you'd do something about it. Gecko, listen carefully. If rain doesn't rain every afternoon, there'll be no puddles. If there are no puddles, there'll be no mosquitoes. If there are no mosquitoes, you, Gecko, will have nothing to eat. Now, what do you think of that? Gecko thought, if Elephant told rain to stop raining, Buffalo would stop filling the holes, and the fireflies could stop flashing their lights. But Gecko would have nothing to eat. Gecko, said Elephant, this world is all connected. Some things you just have to put up with. Now go home and go to sleep. So Gecko went home, Gecko closed his eyes, Gecko went to sleep, and outside the fireflies blinked on and off, on and off. Some things you just have to put up with. That's the end.